No, I made a note to myself.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to this important occasion where you come to socialize, where you come to network, where you come to also get something special. Like today, you get a bit of a motivational talk. There's one man who was known as Zig Ziglar. He was a great motivational speaker, and he said that people say motivation does not last, so there's no need of having motivation. But he said, oh, so as well is bathing. I mean, you have to keep on bathing, keep on bathing. So it's good, it's important that once in a while you get a time to hear something different from the news out there. I mean, out there they're always talking about the crisis, they're talking about many other things, about friends betraying one another, deaths, killings, all these kind of things. So it's good that when we have an opportunity like this, we come and hear something quite different. So welcome our friend, be seated.
You're right on time.
You're right on time. So my name is Anthony Samuel M, and let's get started. I'd like each and every one of you to stand up right now for just 1 minute. And I'd like you to say, yes, I can.
Yes,
Yes, I can.
yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Turn also to the friend that is standing next to you and tell him or her that, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And this is why we are here this evening.
Yes, you can.
This is why we are here this evening, for the fact that you can. And I don't know what dreams you have, I don't know what kind of businesses you have, and what goals you have in your life. All I know and all I want us to understand tonight is that you can. Whatever you want to achieve in your life, it's possible for you. Welcome to Yes, You Can. Now, if you have your hands, I'd like you to lift them up and wave them at me. Oh, I like that. You can. Yes, you can. I'd like you to jump a bit. Jump a bit.
I didn't know this was an exercise.
I would like you to shout, yes!
Yes.
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 Great. Now, be seated. As for now. So, to begin with, maybe I can tell you a bit about myself, about my story. I was born somewhere in Africa, in a country called Kenya. In the center, in a small village. And we used to go to school some 5 kilometers. So every morning I would wake up and run to school 5 kilometers, come 5 kilometers back at lunch break. Then after the lunch break, I would run back 5 kilometers, and in the evening run 5 kilometers back home. It's a good exercise. Now you understand why people from Kenya are good runners. They started from when they are small. And in anything that you get to do over and over again, you definitely will get better at it. So if there is something that you want to achieve, if there is something that you want to have, if you, a hobby that you want to get better at, or something that you want to practice on and become better at it, you have to keep on doing it over and over and over and over again, and you are going to do it as best as you would like to do. You improve day by day. Anyway, that was me running to and from. I didn't get to run in the international races, but I keep fit. I mean, people tell me that I'm fit, and it's okay. I like it the way I am. So I got to it was a village. I can't say that I was very well off. I mean, I was an average child in the area. Our family was average. But I liked the way we were living at that time. But I always knew that there could be something better than what I was going through. I always knew there was something better than what I was having in my life. So I always dreamt of achieving great things. I always thought that things that I was seeing around with in the better neighborhoods, I could also achieve them. But it was not such a great belief in me. It was not such a great belief in me taking the environment that I found myself in. So I find myself in a place where people are not having goals, people are not having dreams, people are not imagining better things for themselves, and you can get affected by being with people who do not have a goal, a dream, who do not see a better tomorrow. You can become influenced. This is why we always have to choose our friends. In the village is where we used to wake up in the morning and you see the sunlight and you appreciate that there is light. I didn't understand, or rather I didn't know there could be a place where you don't have to wait for the sun in the morning in order to have light outside. So when I moved to the city, I appreciate the fact that I go out at night and it's bright everywhere. I appreciated the fact that once I turn to the wall and touch something on the wall, I'm going to have something bright as this. I appreciated that fact when I came from the village and went to the city. That was Nairobi city, for those of you who know something about Kenya. That's our capital city. It's a great city. I would like you to visit there one day. And then I came one day to read this great poem by an author called Edgar A. Guest. And this changed my life. The poem is called Equipment. And it goes like this. I mean, I'll give you the first stanza only for now. It says, "Figure it out for yourself, my lad. You've got all that the greatest of men have had. 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 feet, 2 eyes, and a mind to use, if you would be wise." And the poem continues. This poem literally changed my life and the perspective I had about life. It told me that anything I wanted to achieve was possible. It told me that I could be anything I ever wanted to be because I was just like any other person and I had the equipment they had when they began. And somewhere along, as the poem goes down, it talks about you eating from the same plates, the same utensils that those great people are eating on, they are feeding on. And I got a different perspective of what I had before. So I began to believe that I can. And I attempted things. I have attempted almost, I don't know, I'm a painter. Yeah, maybe a good one, as they tell me. I have my hands on the piano. I try about almost anything because I know and I believe that I can. But among the many things that I always try, that I have attempted, speaking in public has always been my passion. It has always been my passion. And I always knew, yes, I could speak in public. At least, that's what I believed one day, 2 years back, somewhere in Athens, at the Hilton, as I walked in, and there was a presentation. There was a presentation of a book by an author called Elena Panaritis, called Prosperity Unbound. And I walked in the Hilton Hotel, about 200 people, and for a moment I thought to myself, like the Greeks would say, like a fly in the milk. I went inside and sat somewhere, and the presentations went on and they went on, and I am seated there. And there came this opportunity where they invited people to speak anything. I mean, talk about the book or maybe encourage the author. And at that time, I lifted up my hand because I believed I can. And I was one of the people who was given the opportunity to speak. So I stood up and I spoke. I remember encouraging or congratulating the author for the work that she has done. And I remember talking to the effect that we are the generation who are going to change the things around. We are the generation who are going to change the perspective of people and start thinking positive and change the way things are going around because we have the equipment. I spoke and I was confident. But when I sat down, I felt this pain in my chest. I thought I was going to die. Now let me tell you something. The very fact that you believe you can, the very fact that you believe you can achieve things and you can do things and you can reach your goals does not mean that you are not going to have challenges along the way. No, no, no. Challenges are going to come. You are going to get obstacles along the way, but this should not change the fact that you can. You still can, because you have got the equipment. Now, the very fact that I came to learn in this world, we have had people who have made great changes in their lives and in the lives of other people without even the so-called equipment, gives me much courage and confidence anytime I am attempting to do this. And it should give you the same confidence, it should give you the same courage. You have the equipment. I'd like us to see one lady here. Her name is Helen Keller. I don't know how many of you know this lady. She was born sometime in 1880. She was born a normal child, just like any other child is born. But by the time that she was 2 years old, she developed a disease that left her blind and deaf. Now, for such a condition, you would put someone off. You would say that that lady, that girl would not make it in life. But Helen Keller has left a name in the world because she believed that she can. Helen Keller was the first deaf-blind person to achieve a Bachelor of Arts degree from a university. She believed she could. She did it. Yes, you can. Helen Keller went on to become one of the greatest activist in her time, a political activist in the land of America. Even though being deaf and being blind, Helen Keller did it because she believed she could. She authored 12 good books. She wrote many articles, even being deaf, being blind. She did it. That's Helen Keller. So, no obstacle, no challenge was going to affect Helen Keller. Nothing was going to stop her from achieving what she believed that she could do. Nothing and nobody. She did it. And so can you. Then, sometime in the year 1982, a boy was born. A boy was born without arms. He was born without legs, somewhere in Melbourne, Australia. And that boy's name is Nick Vujicic. For his condition, you would just put someone off. You would say that that person may never achieve anything in life. But Nick Vujicic is someone who has put a mark on the face of this earth because he believed he could. Okay. I told you challenges are going to come, obstacles are going to come. It was not easy even for Nick Vujicic at the beginning. At some point in his life, he also contemplated taking his own life because it was not easy for him. At Actually, he attempted. But then, he went to live on and do great things in his life. And he's moving ahead, moving all over the world, speaking to people, encouraging people, those who have lost hope in their life, and telling them that yes, they can, because he is doing it even without the so-called equipment. And you have the equipment. You can do much more than you're doing right now, my friend. So he's lived on, and he's speaking, and he's doing great things in his life. He even got married just 1 year ago. I mean, about 1 year ago, he got married to a beautiful lady, Nick Vujicic, even without arms or legs. He's doing it. He's moving around. He's achieving things in his life because he believed that he could. He's a happy man. He's making money. And now he has a little child. He is speaking. She asked us what profession he is in. He's a speaker. He's a motivational speaker, but he's also an evangelist. I mean, he's a born-again Christian, so he moves around, not only speaking, not only giving motivational talks, but he also goes around speaking the word of God. And for your information, I'm also a believer. I'm a born-again Christian. I don't know whether that affects somebody, but I had to speak because I was asked what profession he is in. So that's who Nick Vujicic is. But he's not given up. He decided, he dedicated, he said he was not going to give up, and he was going to change the lives of many people through the experiences that he have had, because he is able to. Despite lacking the equipment, he's moving on around and doing great things. So that's Helen Keller without eyes, or who was deaf and blind. And then we have Nick Vujicic, who does not have legs, does not have arms, but is making a difference in the world. And tonight we have people in the room, and we have an empty space. And I would like you to make one decision. Forget what you have been through up to this point. Forget everything that you've been doing. I don't know what you have achieved. I don't know what you have not achieved. But I would like you to make a decision. What are you going to make out of your life? What are you going to fill that empty space with? In a few days from now, in a few months from now, in a few years from now, we could be having your picture moving around the world because of something that you have done. Randomly. You decide to fill that space with something different than what we are seeing around. Discouragement, bad talk. And all kinds of things that are not productive to our lives. You just have to make that decision and say, I am going to fill that empty space with something different than what I have been seeing around and what I have been hearing around. And especially for the fact that you have the equipment that some people don't have, and they are making great changes in the lives of people and in their own lives, then you can do it. My question is, do you have the equipment? What do you want to achieve in life? Do you have the equipment? Then you can do it if you have the equipment. Or you tell me you don't have the equipment. You still can do it. If you believe in it, you can always find a way to go about it and achieve whatever you have ever wanted to achieve in your life. Because it's possible for you. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible to make a difference wherever you are. It's possible to make a difference each and every day that you wake up, whoever you talk to, whoever you meet on the street. Instead of talking what you have been hearing, now get something out of you that is different from the contacts that you're having. And let's change the world. Let's change the world into a better planet. I mean, we are capable. I mean, we can do it. So maybe we have someone in the room who has been doubting himself or herself. But as from today, please know that you can do it. Yes, you can. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to have a few minutes with you, and all I say is that yes, you can. This is Anthony Samuel. I'm wishing you all the best in life.
Thank you.
Yeah.